You remember the first ASMR video you ever watched? The tingles were instant, the comfort was real, and for a while, nothing else compared. But something changed. Not just with you, with the videos themselves. If you go back and watch ASMR from 2011, 2012, 2013, it feels different, calmer, slower, more honest. And you're not imagining it. Old ASMR videos really do feel different. And there are specific reasons why. Let's go through them, starting from the surface level changes, and working our way down to the deeper truth that most people don't talk about. The first reason is the most obvious one: the technical quality. In 2009, someone uploaded the first intentional ASMR video. It was 1 minute and 46 seconds long, just a whisper over a black screen. No face, no editing, no plan. The audio was recorded on whatever microphone they had available. Probably a laptop mic or a cheap headset. Early ASMR was lo-fi by default. Creators didn't have fancy equipment. They used built-in microphones, simple recorders, whatever they could afford. The sound had a gentle hiss to it. You could hear room ambience, a fan humming, a car passing outside, the neighbor's dog barking in the distance. And here's the thing. Some people actually preferred that. One longtime viewer said they liked the sounds older microphones had. They found new recordings too sharp, too clean. They missed the background noise because it made the experience feel real, like someone was actually in the room with you. Now, creators use high-end gear, Blue Yeti microphones, 3D binaural setups that cost hundreds of dollars. The audio is crisp, isolated, every tiny sound is captured in perfect detail. It's technically superior in every way. But for some listeners, that clinical perfection feels cold, distant, too polished to be comforting. The visuals changed to early videos were often low resolution. Some were just black screens with audio. Most were single camera angles with basic lighting. There was no editing, no cuts, just one continuous take. Today, ASMR videos are shot in HD or 4K. Multiple camera angles, studio lighting, color grading, close-up shots of hands moving across objects, slow-motion sequences, layered sound effects. It's cinematic, it's impressive, but it's also very clearly produced content, not just someone whispering in their bedroom. So that's reason one. The technical evolution made things better quality, but less intimate. The second reason is about length and pacing. Old ASMR videos were shorter, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 15 if it was a long one, and they were slow, really slow. Someone might tap on a book for 5 straight minutes with long pauses in between. Silence was part of the experience. You had time to breathe, time to settle into the feeling. Modern ASMR videos are much longer. 30 minutes is standard, an hour is common. Some are 2, 3, even 4 hours long, and they're structured differently. Every second is filled with sound. Creators whisper constantly, switch between triggers frequently, layer multiple sounds on top of each other. There's a reason for this. YouTube's algorithm rewards watch time. Videos that keep people watching for longer get pushed to more viewers. So creators learn to make their content longer and more densely packed. Dead air doesn't perform well. Silence doesn't keep people engaged. One viewer noticed this shift and said, especially the need to whisper constantly, it's okay to take a break for 10 seconds and give us a little reset. That relentless pacing that works for the algorithm doesn't always work for relaxation. Old videos gave you space. New videos fill every gap. Both approaches have their place, but they create very different experiences. The third reason is visual presentation and creator anonymity. In the early days, most ASMR creators didn't show their faces. They stayed anonymous. You'd see their hands maybe, or just objects being tapped, but rarely the person themselves. Some never revealed their identity at all. This wasn't just shyness. ASMR wasn't understood back then. It wasn't mainstream. People who made these videos worried about being judged. They worried about friends or family finding out. So they kept their faces hidden and let the sound do all the work. That anonymity created a unique dynamic. You weren't watching a person, you were listening to a voice, a presence. It felt like a secret being shared, something private and personal. Now, creators show their faces. They have on-camera personas, elaborate costumes for role plays, carefully designed sets, eye-catching thumbnails with their face front and center. It's part of building a brand, creating recognition, standing out in a crowded field. There's nothing wrong with that, but it changes the nature of the connection. Old ASMR felt like someone whispering to you in the dark. New ASMR often feels like watching a performer on a stage. The fourth reason is content complexity and trigger evolution. Early ASMR had a small toolkit: whispering, tapping, page turning, light scratching, crinkling paper. That was basically it. The trigger palette was limited, but it worked because people had never experienced these sounds in this intentional, isolated way before. As the community grew, creators started experimenting. Role plays became more elaborate, simple haircut scenarios turned into full spa experiences with scripts, props, and costumes. Medical exams, fantasy settings, and detailed narratives. New categories of triggers emerged. Mouth sounds became huge in the mid-2010s, even though they're divisive. Eating videos crossed over from mukbang culture. Visual triggers like slime, soap cutting, and kinetic sand found massive audiences. These things barely existed in early ASMR before. The variety now is incredible. You can find ASMR for almost anything, but that also means the simple, straightforward trigger videos that defined the early era feel almost quaint by comparison. A 2012 video of someone tapping on a book feels very different from a 2024 video of an elaborate fantasy roleplay with layered sound design. The genre evolved, it diversified, it got more creative, but in doing so, it moved away from the minimalist roots that made it special to early adopters. The fifth reason is platform diversification and audience fragmentation. ASMR used to live almost entirely on YouTube. Long-form videos, slow pacing, that was the format, that was the community. Then TikTok happened, and Instagram Reels, and suddenly ASMR was everywhere in a completely different form. 15-second clips, rapid tapping, aggressive triggers, fast cuts, and bright colors. These content designed to grab attention in a scroll-through feed era. This brought in a younger audience. People who discovered ASMR through TikTok have completely different expectations than people who found it on YouTube in 2012. To them, fast and punchy is normal. Old-style slow whisper videos might feel boring, or they might feel like a revelation. It depends on what you're used to. The community isn't one thing anymore. It's fragmented across platforms, age groups, and content styles. Old ASMR feels different, partly because it came from a time when the community was unified. Everyone was on YouTube. Everyone understood what ASMR was supposed to be. Now, there are multiple versions of ASMR, each with its own audience and expectations. The sixth reason is commercialization and monetization. In the early years, ASMR creators made videos for free. There was no money in it. YouTube monetization was limited. Patreon didn't exist yet. Sponsorships weren't a thing. People made ASMR videos purely because they wanted to, because they enjoyed it, because they wanted to help others relax. That's changed completely. ASMR is now a legitimate career path. Top creators make thousands of dollars a month, some even more. There are sponsorship deals, product placements, soft-spoken ads in the middle of videos, Patreon tiers with exclusive content, and merchandise. One longtime viewer complained about this directly, saying, "I'm sick of trying to relax with ASMR and having to watch an ASM artist give me a soft-spoken ad. I'm not here to buy merchandise, I'm here to fall asleep." This isn't about judging creators for making money. They deserve to be paid for their work. But monetization changes the dynamic. When there's money involved, content gets optimized. Videos get tailored to what performs well, not just what feels right. Early ASMR was made without financial pressure. Creators could experiment freely. They could make whatever they wanted without worrying about views or revenue. That freedom created a different energy, a purity of intention that's harder to maintain when your livelihood depends on the content performing well. The seventh reason is algorithmic pressure and content formatting. Making it on YouTube in 2025 is harder than it was in 2012. The platform is saturated. There are thousands of ASMR channels competing for attention. And to succeed, you need more than just good content. You need to understand the algorithm. The algorithm rewards certain things: high click-through rates, long watch times, viewer retention, and consistent upload schedules. So creators adapt. They optimize their titles, they make their thumbnails more eye-catching. They structure their videos to keep people watching. If you upload a video called 15 tapping sounds, it probably won't do well. That format is too basic. It's been done 1,000 times. So creators get creative with their concepts. ASMR, but I'm your anxious friend who can't stop fidgeting. Testing triggers that shouldn't work but do? ASMR for people who hate ASMR? The titles are longer, more specific, more designed to create curiosity and drive clicks. And the content itself is formatted to match: fast-paced intros, constant variety, strategic pacing to maintain engagement. This is smart strategy. It's how you succeed on the platform. But it also means creators are making content for the algorithm, not just for the listener. And you can feel that difference. Old videos were made for people, new videos are made for people, and the algorithm that changes everything. The pacing, the structure, the energy, it's more calculated, more strategic, less spontaneous. The eighth reason is community growth and the loss of intimacy. Back in the late 2000s and early 2010s, the ASMR community was tiny. People who experienced tingles found each other on obscure forum threads. They talked in private groups. They kept it quiet because ASMR seemed weird to outsiders, hard to explain. There was no name for it yet. People called it the tingling feeling, or the whispering videos, or that thing that helps me sleep. The term ASMR, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, wasn't coined until 2010. That small community felt special. Everyone was discovering this thing together. Creators and viewers interacted closely. It felt like being part of a secret club, something intimate and personal that the rest of the world didn't understand. Then it exploded. By 2015, YouTube searches for ASMR had grown over 200%. Mainstream media started covering it, celebrities tried it, brands incorporated ASMR into advertisements. There was even an ASMR-style Super Bowl commercial in 2019. ASMR went from niche subculture to global phenomenon. That growth brought incredible things: more creators, more content, more acceptance. People stopped being ashamed of watching ASMR videos. The stigma faded, but something was also lost. The intimacy, the sense of shared discovery. When ASMR was small, it felt like everyone was in it together. Now, it's so big that it's impossible to have that same community feeling. One user on Reddit described the current state as oversaturated. Post-2020 especially, everyone and their mama has an ASMR channel. The barrier to entry is so low that quality varies wildly. Finding the good content means sorting through, as one person put it, a sea of junk. Old ASMR feels different because it came from a smaller, tighter community. A community where everyone knew the major creators, where discovery felt special, where it still felt like a secret worth keeping. The ninth reason is viewer psychology, tingle immunity, and changing expectations. ASMR affects people differently over time. When you first discover it, the tingles are powerful, almost overwhelming. Every trigger works, every video feels magical. But the more you watch, the less intense it becomes. This is called tingle immunity. Your brain gets used to the stimuli, the novelty fades. What used to give you strong tingles now barely registers. It's a real phenomenon, mentioned both anecdotally by viewers and in preliminary research. So longtime ASMR fans chase new triggers. They look for more intense stimuli, faster tapping, louder sounds, unusual combinations, anything to recreate that original feeling. Some take breaks from ASMR entirely to reset their sensitivity. This changes how you experience old videos. If you've been watching ASMR for 10 years, a simple 2012 tapping video might not give you tingles anymore. Your brain is too accustomed to it. But here's the interesting part. Some people return to those old videos anyway, not for tingles, but for comfort. It's like listening to a childhood lullaby. It doesn't surprise you. It doesn't excite you, but it soothes you in a way nothing else can. The familiarity itself becomes the appeal. There's also nostalgia. Many longtime fans have deep emotional attachments to the videos that introduced them to ASMR. Those first experiences are tied to powerful memories, relief from insomnia, escape from anxiety, a moment of unexpected peace. When you watch an old video, you're not just experiencing the content, you're accessing that memory, that feeling of discovery. And that adds a layer of comfort that new videos, no matter how well made, can't replicate. Your expectations matter too. In the early days, people came to ASMR with no template, no preconceptions. A simple whisper could exceed expectations because you'd never heard anything like it. Now, new viewers arrive with specific expectations. They've heard about ASMR, they know what it's supposed to do. They expect certain production values, certain trigger types. If a video doesn't meet those expectations, it feels lacking, even if objectively it's fine. This is why the same video can feel different to different people. Someone discovering old ASMR now might find it charming and refreshing, or they might find it boring and low quality. It depends entirely on what you're used to, what you expect, and what you're looking for. And now we get to the most important reason, the one that ties everything else together. The 10th reason is creative exhaustion and the loss of exploration. In the beginning, ASMR was about discovery. Creators were exploring, trying new sounds, experimenting with different microphones and objects, testing what worked and what didn't. There was genuine curiosity, genuine excitement. Every video was a little experiment. They hadn't done everything yet. They hadn't tried every trigger. Every sound was potentially new, and you could feel that energy in the videos, that sense of play, of joy, and creative freedom. But over time, that exploration space shrinks. Creators try everything. Every object gets tapped. Every sound gets isolated. Every trigger gets tested. At some point, you run out of new things to try. The exploration becomes repetition, and that changes the energy completely. What started as playful experimentation becomes routine, becomes work, becomes content production. The joy of discovery gets replaced by the pressure to deliver, to maintain a schedule, to keep an audience engaged with material that's been done 1,000 times before. This isn't universal. Some creators still find new ways to innovate, still approach each video with genuine enthusiasm, but many are stuck. They've reached the limits of what ASMR can be with current tools and formats. And that creative exhaustion shows in the work. You can feel when someone is exploring versus when someone is executing. Old ASMR videos were made by people in exploration mode. They were figuring it out as they went, making mistakes, discovering happy accidents, following their curiosity wherever it led. New ASMR videos are often made by people in execution mode. They know what works, they know what the audience wants, they know what the algorithm rewards, so they deliver that. Efficiently, professionally, but with less of that raw creative spark. Add to this the algorithm pressure we talked about earlier. Creators aren't just creatively exhausted, they're also creatively constrained. They can't just make what they want anymore. They have to make what performs, what gets clicks, what keeps people watching. The freedom to explore has been replaced by the need to optimize. And that fundamentally changes what ASMR feels like. Old ASMR videos feel different because they were made in a state of creative freedom. When ASMR was new, when no one knew the rules yet, when creators could just try things and see what happened, when the joy was in the process, not the outcome, that's the deepest truth. The technical differences matter, the platform changes matter, the commercialization matters. But underneath all of it, the real difference is this. Old ASMR was made by people who were still falling in love with the process. New ASMR is often made by people who've been doing it so long it's become a job. Not always, but often enough that you can feel the difference. ASMR hasn't gotten worse. It's gotten more sophisticated, more diverse, more technically impressive, but it's lost something along the way. That sense of wonder, that creative innocence, that feeling of stumbling onto something special that no one else knows about yet. You can't get that back. You can't recreate the feeling of discovery once you've already discovered something. The magic of old ASMR isn't just in the videos themselves. It's in the moment they were made. in the community that surrounded them, in the creative freedom that comes from having no expectations and no rules. And that's okay. Things change. Communities evolve. Art forms mature. ASMR today serves millions of people. It helps them sleep, helps them relax, helps them cope. That's beautiful. That matters. But if you miss the old videos, if you find yourself searching for that specific feeling they gave you, you're not wrong. You're not just being nostalgic. You're recognizing something real, a difference in energy, in intention, in creative spirit. The old videos were made by people who were still exploring, and you can hear it in every whisper. Maybe go find one of those old videos tonight. That's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe for another interesting ASMR documentary like this. Comment, what topic should I make a video about?